Okay, my voice is still kind of recovering from the rant. First, to the people who want the anatomy videos, I know I said Scrap Trap's recreation was coming up. It still is. Um, I've got the ZBrush document ready and everything. After I did the rant, a lot more people started coming to me with problems with Springtrap. And of course, I don't mind. I really do want people to enjoy Springtrap, which part of it is learning him properly. So I've been days now of watching gameplay, giving advice, going over the acts, uh, add-ons, builds. So it's been an exhausting couple of days. I've barely been able to do anything outside of work and Springtrap Academy now. But I swear the Scrap Trap video is coming. I did say I was going to do that for the benchmark for subscribers, so it's ready to start. But I need to redo my guide. I need to do like an ultimate guide that goes over everything, because I think I underestimated actually how bad advice for Springtrap is out there. Because people will be giving advanced advice to people who just started DBD or just started Springtrap, and then it goes downhill from there. I need to do a step-by-step guide, starting with beginner, basic, fundamental stuff, and then a guide that goes all the way to more advanced stuff, instead of just breaking it up into like acts, add-ons, and builds and stuff. That way I can just redirect people to that. Another thing they've asked me is how to deal with bully squads, and this is where I did this to preference why I'm doing this. This is a Saturday. I just woke up, had breakfast, still waking up, loaded into DBD against my better judgment. First team I go against is a full-on bully squad. Also, I'm trying to get my Adderall refilled. It's being a pain like it always is due to shortages and costs. So I already knew this was not going to be a good match. And since it's my first match, I can't aim. I'm still tired. And I think Otz's second law applies to this. Originally, I think his video was over gen builds, and if they can't use gen builds, they will automatically give up. This feels like that, except for bully squads. If they can't bully, they give up. And I don't know what to do with survivors like this. Like, this is getting... But I think it might show some of the people in Discord how to deal with bully squads. Now, this is like a mid-bully squad. It's not a baby bully squad like I've seen before. And it's not a top tier 4 P100 head-on, flash-bang bully squad like I've had to go against before in like the game. It's in the middle. So I think it would be a good chance to show, since I'm not playing all that great either. I need to stop procrastinating too and get that game card set up so I could just do this stuff directly to Discord. Now, I was originally going to switch out Lightborn for Mindbreaker, and then I went for Bamboozle because I think Bamboozle was originally what I had there. Last night I completely forgot I had Lightborn on it, but I was doing 3 perks and 1 useless one. I think I decided to go back to Bamboozle. But then I saw flashlights, and I saw flashlights, and I didn't want to have to deal with it first thing in the morning, so I just put Lightborn back on while trying to get more Memento Moris from the Blood Web. Because I watched gameplay yesterday from a Discord member. He ended up getting 3 hackers, and it was something. Then another Discord member had another hacker, so Behavior needs to do something about their anti-cheat. I don't know if they ever fixed the anti-cheat reversal. They accidentally did. We got Temple of Purgation. It's a whatever map. Now, first thing you might notice, I didn't use the doors at the beginning. That's because when you spawn into Temple of Purgation, the door for the generator, a wild card, and this time it ended up downstairs. So I was going to the door up there on the hill. Then at least I could take a look around before I went into the door. And I didn't have to because there's Ace. So I'll be explaining a lot of basic. The sound of that locker opening and closing was Michaela. I can't think of it, I'm not good with survivor perks. I think it's LEDs where you fake open a locker. The idea is because, so the way normal bully squads would do this is one, you have to be out of line of sight of the killer for this to work, because I can see both of them, and I'm not stupid. I saw her go to the locker. I heard it open. I saw her run away. I know it's that locker perk. Rick over there has head on. The idea of what you would normally do is when you're out of sight of the killer, someone would be in the locker like Rick, who has head on. The person who is going to fake open the lockers does it and then runs off. The killer goes to check the locker. They get head on by the person who has head on. This was a terrible execution of that. I didn't see Rick on the other side. I saw Michaela, so I figured Rick may have gone into the locker. That's why I threw my axe at it to see if someone was in there, and there was. Now, I think what they were trying to do was get me to go towards the window to cut off Michaela, and then Rick would pop out of the locker and head on me. The problem is, I know Rick's in the locker. I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to bait him out of it, and I baited him out of it. Now, Rick just got sandbagged by Ace. I don't know what he was doing. He may have wanted to try a CJ tech or something. And it wouldn't have worked regardless, because I have Lightborn. Now, this is where I think Rick gave up. Not in the game, but, like, emotionally gave up.
Your struggle will end soon.
That's what I was trying to do with Michaela the first time. Now, I don't know how... I think Ace is a new player they're trying to teach to be a bully. He might have... I'd have to check again at the end screen, but he's not playing like an advanced bully. He greeted it. I lunged through it. Also, be careful about chasing around Hook. Now here, Ace had given up. He wasn't struggling. So I was just free to drop him. She tried to spin me, and I think she may have also tried to get aim dressing to screw me up. This Nia, it worked out for me, and I could have axed her as she jumped through the window, because they're locked in animation, they can't duck or move. I did this with another bully squad, and now we have a basement problem. Rick's up here, so Nia had to have been in the basement. I could have looked around the basement, I could have looked around the corners. I wasn't gonna worry too much about it, because it's still at 4 gens. Overestimating. And there he goes. He overestimated the time he had to drop the pallet. He actually did spin me there. Now that was aim dressing stopping me halfway through the lunge. And now they're also starting to panic. They always tell you if you're a survivor, look behind you, but there's caveats to that. When you're in a forest surrounded by trees, it's a good idea to watch where you're going. And they're starting to panic now because Rick left, who had head on. And this is a key point for a lot of bully squads. They will bully you on levels depending on how you react to them and how well you do against them. And that is also another reason I tell you to keep your axe instead of throwing it. I hold my axe up. She's looking behind her. See what I do? She's starting to dodge. I keep the axe up. She loses distance, and then I can M1 her. This is not going well for them. And keep in mind, I just got up. I can't play for shit right now. This is embarrassing. Here, he knows I have Lightborn, and he just tried to do that. He's trying to get my attention. And now 3 gens. I'm just eating pallets to get them out of the way. She should have gone for that window. He also just led me right back to where they were healing. That's the second time this ace is sandbagged. He tried to spin me, I spun with him. He did a Mori. Because I don't trust them not to have some way to try to save each other. And there's Nia. And I think she's starting to panic too. She looked back as I started going into, quote, into the shaft. She didn't see if I actually went in, and then she just decided to vault the window, and then I just caught her. Because I faked going in, I just showed my red light and acted like I was going in, and then just went around to the window and she vaulted. Michaela did a pallet save like I do, and that's not a compliment. But I already started moving away. There was no way she was gonna get that.
Ordered the special.
And Michaela is now giving up. She second guessed the pallet. And now we have a full DC. There we go.